What if I told you that the most impressive Tennessee coach this generation has never coached for Tennessee?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel, FanDuel.com. More on them in a moment. Everydayers, first listeners, can't wait to get up, consume the Georgia fandom, because he is Daniel, I am Clint. We love Georgia fandom. It's what we do better than most things we do in life. And
it's one of the things we do, to be frank. It's just we don't do that many things.
Our hobbies are short, and they consist of this. So glad you are here. We're talking today about Georgia's dominance against Tennessee. And I swear, if we get to talk about I looked down at the shoe, and there was a cross on the shoe. And I knew right then old NASA head was going to get us that win. The second old NASA head came over and I saw the cross. If we get to talk about Butch, I'm a happy person, brick by brick. Tennessee is our little brother. We are schooling them. Kirby is all up in Josh Heupel's head. And it's so good to see, Daniel.
Listen, I don't make a lot of streaks in college football because, to be fair, streaks are for the fans. They're not – these players are only here for 3 years, 4 years, in some cases 5 years. In the case of, COVID-era players, sometimes 20 years. I don't know how long these kids are playing college football for. They're only here for a limited amount of time. Coaches, for the most part, are only here for a limited amount of time. So Georgia's beaten Tennessee 9 straight years. Well, Josh Heupel's only been there for the last 5 of those years. And so you can't blame Josh Heupel for the losses that happened under Jeremy Pruitt and Butch Jones and these kind of nonsense coaches. Okay, so listen, when we talk about these winning streaks, one program over another, it's for us. Correct. It's for the fans. But the thing about Kirby Smart, Clint, is, and some people don't like this, I can tell you definitively, it rubs some people the wrong way.
We have the receipts.
If you are very fragile and small inside,
correct,
it's going to be tough for you to deal with a guy like Kirby, because I'm here to tell you, and I mince no words about this, and I do not mean it as a compliment, although it does make him a lot like me and you, Clint. Kirby Smart's about as petty as it gets.
As we are actively seeking people, like heat-seeking missiles, to come and get after you. It brings us joy.
He's a little small in that way. He takes it a little bit personal. And listen, go and watch the Bulls documentary, the Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. Yep. What you find, go listen to a Tiger Woods interview. What you find, go talk to Muhammad Ali, listen to a Muhammad Ali interview. What you find is that the greatest to ever do it.
Yep.
Go look at Coach Saban today on College Game Day, trolling Tennessee fans behind him about dominating them when he was coaching in Alabama. The greatest ones in their field, they take it personally, Clint. They own it. They wear it.
They hate losing more than they enjoy winning. Like that. And that's Kirby Smart. He loves winning, yes. But it's personal to him. When he has his name on something and he takes an L, he hates everything about it. He remembers it fundamentally. Look at this team compared to last team. We're going to talk about a couple things that are different about this team still that I saw at Tennessee. I saw something different of this team than I had last year because Kirby took it upon himself. Fire, passion, energy the whole entire offseason, because last year we didn't have it and this year we do. And he is absolutely a petty child when it comes to this competitiveness. 100%.
Let me hit you with something, Clint, that I believe is going to blow your mind. Okay. Josh Heupel, a very successful Tennessee head football coach.
One of 3 coaches, I believe, that has a winning record against top 25 opponents.
A very successful Tennessee football coach. During his first and second seasons as the Tennessee head coach in 2021 and 2022, his first 2 seasons at the helm, between those 2 seasons, he accumulated a 14-game home winning streak.
It's very good.
Do you know who ended that winning streak, Clint?
Who was that?
I think you do.
I do.
I think you already know it was Georgia that ended that winning streak. So in those 2 seasons, he accumulated 14 consecutive home wins. That is his longest home winning streak of his coaching tenure. His current active home winning streak is, of course, 0 games.
But there have been 0 days since there was an accident at Neyland.
Yeah. No, there was an accident, all right. Okay, Kirby. By the way, I'm sorry. We'll get to it in a second. Focus. Kirby Smart is currently on a 10-game Neyland Stadium winning streak.
So let me understand if I'm grasping what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So Neyland Stadium, which by all accounts, by everybody who talks, everybody who visits, everybody who goes, opposing SEC coaches, current coaches, retired coaches, old coaches, will say that Neyland Stadium is one of the hardest, if not the hardest place to go play. One of the biggest stadiums in the entire world, houses a whole lot of rowdy fans, and you all get after it up in Knoxville. We admit that 100%.
Yeah.
During that time, Josh Heupel has amassed, and other coaches have amassed, an incredible win streak.
Yep.
Kirby Smart, you're telling me, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
10 times has walked into Neyland.
10 consecutive games, current streak at Neyland Stadium. He has won. It doesn't need to be said, but let me say that Tennessee, Josh Heupel's 14-game home winning streak. Could I read you some of the opponents?
Okay.
South Alabama, Vanderbilt, Ball State, Akron, UT Martin, Kentucky. These are some of the opponents that Tennessee managed to beat in the aforementioned 14-game home winning streak. Kirby Smart, in his 10-game winning streak at Neyland Stadium, you'll be shocked to learn the opponent in every single game was the University of Tennessee. And he beat them each and every time. Clint, this streak obviously spans his entire career as a Georgia head coach. It also spans his entire career as the defensive coordinator at Alabama. But wait, Clint, it also goes all the way back to 2005 when he was the running backs coach for the DJ Shockley-led Georgia Bulldogs when they went to Neyland Stadium in 2005 and beat the Tennessee Volunteers. Clint, Kirby may have lost to Tennessee as a player, but as a coach in any capacity, he is undefeated in Neyland Stadium. 10-0 in Neyland Stadium. From the Georgia running backs coach to the Alabama defensive coordinator to the University of Georgia head coach, Tennessee, he's never taken an L as a coach in that building.
When you have that, you might be tempted to say that therefore Neyland Stadium is not a hard place and Tennessee doesn't have good squads. You'd be tempted to say that with 10 wins in a row like that. But let me tell you this right now. That Tennessee team is a playoff team that we just beat.
Oh, we're going to talk about them in the second segment. This Tennessee team, who they are. Yeah, absolutely.
They're a playoff team and one of the best 12 teams currently in college football. Okay? 100%.
By a wide margin.
Correct.
A healthy margin.
Second thing, Neyland Stadium is raucous and crazy. That's how incredible Kirby is. It's not a detriment. It's not a downplay to Neyland and Tennessee.
No.
That's just
they throw mustard as well as anybody.
as well as anybody. Like Juan Gaston, who can throw a heifer across a quarter mile.
Better than most.
They can throw a bottle of mustard 500 yards from their knee. Daniel.
Yeah, hit the roof with it.
Hit the roof with it. We're going to talk more about just how incredible this is, but Kirby Smart and his dominance as coach against Tennessee and in the SEC is quite remarkable to look at. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more about Josh Heupel and this Tennessee win, but first, these. And these are, in fact, the cap from the game. Daniel, you love them. I love them. We have these retro, which, by the way, I'm feeling a little slighted that it's 90s are included in these retro caps, 80s and 90s retro.
I'm going to look past that.
We're going to look right past that. But the game caps are fantastic. Remember the last time that you were in Neyland winning Kirby Smart? You remember the 90s?
1990 was a heck of a year.
Heck of a year. Kirby Smart. Okay. You're there winning and you have a cap on your head that looks retro and stylish and great. And guess what? Has incredible prices. They have the same prices back then for $16.99. Same vintage styles worn back then. Use promo code Locked On Vintage Hat for $16.99. Grab your team's classic bar or retro circle design. Use Locked On for an exclusive discount because legends wear the game. But that's not all, Daniel. We also have 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy is fantastic. You use them. I use them. We need them from time to time.
You got to have them.
Because if you don't and you get a little, if you happen to be at a wedding, possibly, that was earlier in the day, you need to go ahead and fuel up because you're going to have a long night ahead of you of catching up on all the rest of the games that were going on. And it goes until 3:30 a.m. because that's how long it takes you on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Guess what?
5 Hour Energy. He's there for you like an old friend.
Like an old friend. 5 Hour Energy is fantastic. Get over there right now. Try all the different flavors. They're great. They're fantastic. Love how fast it kicks in. It's sugar-free. Don't have to worry about crashing later. Boring flavorless caffeine out. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade. 5 Hour Energy shots. Get the favorite flavors you love. Bold. Something new in stores or online. 5hourenergy.com or Amazon today.
Oh, Clint, I'm going to let you take us wherever you want in the second segment. But first, I'm going to tell you my absolute favorite comment from the overreaction video on YouTube.
Yes. I think
somebody said Clint looks like a used Bible salesman. And I hurt for you, but I also laughed a lot. I laughed a lot, and I did show it to my son, and he laughed a lot too. So
you know what? I am pleased that Asher laughed yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm very happy for that. Here's where I want to go, Daniel. And it to me, this Tennessee game showed me something of last year's team compared to this year's team, and it gave me hope for the rest of the season. I'm going to tell you why it gave me hope.
I like this. I need this. Actually,
I know. I know you do. You need it. Georgia fans listening need it because you might say to yourself, "This is an easy thing to do." If you're a Georgia fan, you might say to yourself, "Joey Aguilar won. We're going to face better quarterbacks than Joey Aguilar."
A, I don't know if we will, but go ahead.
Okay. See, great. We're going to get to that. B, you're going to say to yourself, "Oh no, our DBs are trash and can't hold up in the passing game." Okay,
that I'm definitely going to say to myself, thank you. Yes.
And C, you're going to say to yourself, our offensive line cannot, should not, will not hold up over the whole rest of the season. Now, I want to tell you, I want to go step by step here and tell you why this Tennessee game at Neyland encouraged me. One, I don't know if on our current schedule, we're going to face a more talented team than Tennessee.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Stop.
Go ahead.
What about Arch, man?
No, you can just stop right there. Do
you remember when the national media was shoving Arch Manning down our throat?
Do you know?
Do you remember that?
I remember distinctly. I did this to a couple other people. I'm just going to go through 15 of 27 for 221 TUD, 1 interception. That's Nussmeier. The crowned best quarterback in the SEC, correct?
The jewel of the SEC.
15 of 27, 221 TUD, 1 interception. Arch,
they gained 10 first downs in that game.
How many?
Yeah. And LSU's defense nearly matched their offensive point production.
If DJ Lagway doesn't play in that game, Florida wins
handily.
Yeah. Napier wants to save his job. Bench Lagway.
Good.
I hope you don't. Good. Okay.
No, he won't.
He won't.
He won't. You saw him Carson Becking Lagway at the end of that game.
Just needs some reps. Lagway needs reps.
Is that what he needs?
He's a young kid, Daniel. Young kid.
How about Arch Manning? Does he need reps, Clint?
11. Speaking of 11 for 25, 44% completion. By the way, Daniel. And his average per completion 4.6 yards per completion.
Oh no,
Daniel. 1 tud and an interception.
Oh
now,
no.
You might be thinking to yourself, that's because Texas started their SEC schedule so far. Oh no, I'm sorry. They played the UTEP Miners.
Oh no, El Paso
in state. Conversely, Gunnar Stockton, 74%, 31 attempts, 304 yards, 9.8 average, 2 tuds, no interceptions. Now, here's why I said
74%.
No interceptions. I don't know if we're going to face a better team than Tennessee all year long. We have Alabama next. I said what I said.
Certainly, if you factor in the environment and the spot. Like, that game on the road is every bit of Alabama at home, Texas at home.
If not more.
If not
it's
more.
the same, if not more.
I was dead wrong about Tennessee coming into this year.
We both were.
I thought it was going to be a real tough year for Josh Heupel.
Alabama can't run. They might be able to pass.
Now.
Not right now. They might be able to pass, which we'll get to here in a moment.
Yeah.
They can't run. Tennessee could run. They had very, very good push. Yep. Okay. Tennessee might be the most talented team we play all year. 2, you might be thinking to yourself, our DBs can't hold up. Now, I'm going to say 2 things are true at the same time.
Okay.
We have
the first one, our DBs can't hold up.
We have a young, inexperienced defensive backroom outside of 2 guys, KJ Bolden and Dalen Everett are dudes. Okay. They had a couple of lapses this game. They are
human men, if that's what you mean by dudes. They are human beings and male.
I am not going to let you do this. Don't go fully off the cliff, okay? Don't go fully off the cliff.
We got 2 weeks, man. I'll go wherever I want.
Okay, you do what you want. KJ Bolden and Dylan Everett are dudes. That game plan Josh Heupel did, just like Brent Key, just like Stoops, Josh Heupel accelerated this year. I was impressed with him. He did one bad thing. He was playing for a field goal at the end of the game. That was his dumb mistake he did this game against Georgia. Okay. Everything else, I was thoroughly impressed with what he was able to do. Defense game plan, offensive game plan, everything else. It wasn't just one hit, read and tuck and go. He was going 1, 2, 3 all the way around with
reads. They finally got a quarterback that can read the field.
That's what I mean. Joey Aguilar is a dude that outside of all the stupidity of the Arch Mannings and the this and that, somebody's like, well, a guy who can actually be accurate with the football and process, let's get him in here. And that's what you see. So Josh Heupel's system actually has accelerated Joey Aguilar, which is crazy to think about. Point 3, our offensive line. So the DBs faced their toughest task they will face all year long. That was the toughest task our DBs will face all year long. Daniel, 100%.
We can quibble over it, but it's in the neighborhood. Yep.
Great. 3, our offensive line was in shambles. Okay, we don't have currently a right tackle.
Is in shambles. So let's take that past tense verb out of play.
I said is, Daniel. Okay, it's currently, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have a right tackle. We have a center, we have a right guard, and we have half a left tackle. Thus ends the list.
No, we have a left guard. We have no right guard whatsoever.
But let me tell you this right now. Let me tell you this. I'm here to tell you. We have 2 weeks to get the best 5.
We have 2 weeks to get in a cryo chamber and start regenerating some tissue.
That defensive line for Tennessee reloaded with some dudes. Weatherby was a great dude off the edge. I know we gave him a, but that I'm not saying they're the most talented defense, but we talked about how their front 7 was one of the best front 7s in the SEC, Daniel. We said that before the game. It was true. It still is true. What I'm saying is the biggest deficiencies we faced in the worst environment we're going to face all year, in the earliest test with the most injuries, we overcame all of them. And every last one of the deficiencies I just laid out is fixable. is fixable. It
Yeah.
is.
It absolutely is. And your points are well taken. It's not, you're not wrong on any level. So we've got more to say about this Georgia-Tennessee game, and we will be right back to say it right after these.
But first, Prize Picks. Daniel and I love Prize Picks. Daily Fantasy app. Making the right call actually pays off. Like knowing that DJ Lagway and Arch Manning aren't good quarterbacks. Give me the under every single time. I'm happy to take it.
Lord God. Just
pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. You can turn your takes into real prizes. Player projections like Josh Allen for more or less than 270 passing yards. Saquon Barkley, more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. Love those. Simple, easy, quick. Download the Prize Pick app today. Use promo code LockedOnCollege. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LockedOnCollege. $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Don't we know what that is like? Can I just say? And next we have FanDuel. FanDuel's fantastic. NFL season here. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with can't miss offers. Right now, new customers bet $5. And if your bet wins, guess what? $300 in bonus bets straight across the app. It makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on a fantasy lineup. So are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app today by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. Tennessee week we're going to have lots to pull out of this because I think this was a watershed moment for this team and a lot of things. Kirby's going to be talking about it for a while. There's good nuggets to mine out of this. So where are we going next?
Let me stay big picture here. And then I think just to give you a little lay of the land, you boys have got a lot. We got a lot to say. There's probably going to be a little bonus content coming. We got a guest who's in the works. Maybe you've seen him. We might turn that show. We'll see how it goes. We might turn that, if that's a recurring show, Clint, we might turn that into like a live show, like a Ask M-Dubs type show. We just have people comment in, sort of jump in.
I love this.
Like our own version of Feinbaum, really.
So a better product.
Yep, because I said it was us, not Feinbaum. Yep. So Feinbaum's not involved, so it's a better product, 100%. We're going to have some bonus content coming out, but this week, we're going to kind of go through, we're going to spend a whole episode. We're talking about those offensive line issues that Clint brought up. We're going to talk about that secondary issues that Clint brought up. We've got thoughts on that. We've got speculation on, where we think the fixes might come from. How optimistic or pessimistic are we? Just a spoiler alert. We're in different places right now, so it should make for an interesting conversation. But I'm going to stay big picture for the third segment here. By the way, welcome to the third segment. It's our favorite segment. We're happy to have you. But if you're watching this right now on YouTube, if you're watching me say this to you on YouTube, if you know how many fingers I'm holding up, then go subscribe to the audio podcast.
Get there.
On Spotify, follow on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's downloading to your device. These are the things that we're asking you to do. That's how you support the show. That's how you help more people find the show. Yep. So yes, drop us a comment here on the YouTube channel. That's great. Yes, send us an email, lockedonbulldogs@gmail.com. Hit us up on X @Dawgs Podcast. All those things are great. We'd love to interact with you. The main way you could support the show is by making sure that you follow and download the audio side of the podcast. Those are really helpful things. So my kind of last big picture takeaway is this. I think there's a lot of reasons, as you alluded to come away from this game a little, but, right? Like there's we won, but we really played bad. Yeah, we won, but Tennessee outplayed us. Yeah, we won, but we didn't really deserve to win. Yeah, we won, but there's a lot of issues on this team. Yeah, we won, but that's not always going to get the job done moving forward. Yeah, we won, but we got lucky. My main takeaway coming out of this game is when you look at this schedule, there are 4 games left on this schedule. And listen closely as I say them, because I'm going to say them in order of their bigness.
Okay, let's see if he gets number 1 right.
Alabama,
Yep.
Georgia Tech,
Let's see if he gets number 3 right.
Texas,
Oh,
and Ole Miss.
Oh.
Those are the 4 games left on the schedule.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Auburn? Oh, this is okay. You and I have violent opposition here.
All right,
Daniel,
here's my takeaway.
please.
I'm not concerned about Hugh Freeze and Auburn, but that is neither here nor there.
We'll put a pin in that.
The main takeaway is this. That win is never getting transferred into a loss. It doesn't matter how lucky we got. It doesn't matter how much we didn't deserve to win.
Whatever.
At the end of the year, that's going to be a win. And that win is going to get Georgia into the college football playoff, Clint.
Correct.
Like, that win makes it
4 games
very difficult for us to go 9-3. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
9-3 is now, it's still an outcome, right? Especially if you think Auburn is a game that makes 5 games on the schedule. Maybe you could argue Ole Miss is not a game.
I would. That's what I would argue.
But listen, if you think that 10-2 is good enough to get Georgia into the college football playoff, and I do, and make no mistake, that's goal number 1. It's not win the national championship, because you can't win it if you're not in the playoff. It's not win the SEC, because we saw last year that doesn't necessarily matter.
Correct.
Goal number 1 is secure a spot in the 12-team field. 10-2 is going to be good enough, especially with that road win at Tennessee.
Yep.
And I don't think with that win on the schedule, 9-3 is in the cards. If Georgia loses that game,
yes.
If homeboy makes that kick,
yes,
9-3 is very real for Georgia this year. Like, you say whatever you want. It's very real.
Correct.
We listed off 5 games. You only had to lose 2 of them at that point.
This
Now
Tennessee
Georgia,
game, looking back on it, was a must win. Daniel?
And if you had told me with 3 minutes to go when it was 4th and 6 from the 28-yard line that this was a must-win game and we were down 8 points,
he put that ball in the bucket.
I would have told you too bad, because it's an L. Like, Georgia's taken an L. One last tiny little thing.
Okay.
Kirby called 3 timeouts for no reason at the end of the game. There was no hope of us getting the ball back. They'd already achieved a first down. We could not. They could bleed the clock all the way down to 0. You're watching the game sitting there thinking, Why is he calling 3 times? Everyone's blaming Josh Heupel for icing this kicker. I'm here to tell you it was my coach that called 3 timeouts, that insisted that they be full timeouts. Like, we're not taking a 30-second. No. We want a full conversation over here on the sideline.
They went to sideline reporter and they said, "Hey, how's that kicker?" And they said, "Well, a couple of coaches come on over and said, he's
going back to kick some more practice kicks now.
He keeps on coming to the sideline, going back over there, and they keep on telling him he has this."
I'm here to tell you right now, Kirby called those 3 dang timeouts. And in overtime last year against Georgia Tech, Kirby called 100 timeouts in a row, made him change the rule.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Real coaches affect the game. You can laugh all you want about this. You will never convince me those 3 timeouts did not do something to that kicker's brain. They false started after the 3rd one.
I was just going to say, Daniel, Neyland Stadium gave a false start penalty. By the way, no false start penalties for Georgia, by the way.
Interesting.
If you don't think that the biggest change of this year's team, and by the way, that overtime McCray touchdown vindicated last week's Austin P before halftime stop. Well, vindicated.
There's a notable difference between last week and this week, and he wears number 2.
Yeah, well,
and he is a tank.
And he
I feel a lot of feelings when Josh McCray
Kirby Smart, the biggest difference of this year's team compared to last year's team, the thing that's fire, energy, passion is between the ears, and this team has a mentality. You saw Bo Hewley absolutely lose it after the game with excitement. They want it, they are hungry, and Kirby exemplifies this. This is old Kirby again. This is not last year's Kirby at all. He is coaching this team.
He's
rejuvenated. He is Daniel. I'm Clint. We'll be talking about this all week long and more on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.